Hello, good evening everyone. Today I, Aishwarya Kushwaha, welcome you all to another amazing HTM QuBits session. HTM QuBits are a series of sessions that provide great insight to hackers and are designed to improve their technical, non-technical, and soft skills all together. They make them become a pro of our HTM. Today we have Akshita Gupta with us. She is an MTech CSC at IIIT Pune. She has won over 40 hackathons. She has also been an XROS Fellow at Meta FICCI. She is an MLH Fellow and a Linux Foundation Scholar. She is also a very active contributor in open source and also have been a mentor for many open source programs. And today we are also having a giveaway where we are planning to give away GitHub stickers. You just need to take a screenshot of any part of the session and post your experience by tagging Akshita Gupta in Twitter. The link will be shared to you in the comment section, and the winners will be picked up by the random spinner wheel. So I welcome Akshita Gupta to the stage. Hello, Akshita.
Thank you so much, Aishwarya. So, should I start?
Yes, you can start.
So, hey everyone, I hope you all are well. So, let me introduce myself. Like, I'm Akshita Gupta. I'm currently pursuing MTech CSC at IIIT Pune. Since the second year of my college, I'm contributing in open source and I have won over 40 plus hackathons till now, international, national level. I'm also guiding a lot of students to get started with GitHub. I have been an MLH Fellow, Extended Reality Open Source Fellow at Meta. I was selected among top 100 developers from India. So this session is all about unlocking innovation and collaboration through the power of hackathons. So let's start with this session. And so before moving forward to the session, there is a giveaway alert for all of you. I take these sessions weekly, monthly in my channel. Also, if you like this session and if you want to be entered in a giveaway, just take a screenshot of any part of the session, post your experiences with that screenshot, and tag me in Twitter at the rate Akshita Archa, and you will be entered in a giveaway to win some cool GitHub stickers. So remember that, and I hope I'll receive some constructive feedbacks from you after this session. So let's start with the session. So this is just kind of some of the views of my last year and last to last year's hackathons that I have won. Recently, I won an international hack on art and AI by Sci Factory, and where I developed a ML project that is used for like a kind of a neural network project that determines your mood when you are looking forward in the camera. This kind of project that I developed. Recently, I took part in a ISKCON level hackathons where I developed a spiritual productivity tool. So these are some of the screenshots of the whatever like I have achieved till now, and I want to you all to achieve and to like learn from these hackathons. So let's start. Before that, I would like to say that this was a grand prize of $15,000 that I won in a recent hackathon organized by Oregon State University. So our team won this prize to develop our project. So this was one of the biggest hackathons that I have won. This was an international hackathon. So let's talk about hackathons. Like, what comes in your mind when you think of it? It, like, for myself, it comes like it's kind of a social coding event which starts with a theme, ideation, brainstorming, to create some impactful project with the help of mentors, organizing team. They organize some fun community. So this is all I would say about hackathons, where you collaborate, you involve with other developers, and you learn at the same time. So this is, I would say, a kind of a social coding event. So what is the flow, or I can say a features of hackathons, how it is carried out? Like in Hack the Mountain also, you will be taking part. So this is kind of a normal flow of each and every hackathons. Every hackathons, they provide a theme. Themes such as artificial intelligence, data science. Right now, you have heard of like generative AI theme is going on. Web3 is in so much demand, trending. So these kind of hackathons are like trending nowadays. So this is a kind of a theme the hackathons provide, and a problem statement. Problem statements. It's like what problem that you are targeting in that particular theme. Sometimes the problem statements are given by the organizers, the organizing committee hackathons, or sometimes you yourself have to make a problem statement and to work on it. Then you form a team, or if you want to go for an individual, I would recommend to always form a team, because hackathon is more than like just coding and developing a project and to show that. It's more like collaboration, because in the hackathon only you interact with lots of team members and you learn at the same time. So teamwork makes the dream work. So I would always recommend, if you are a beginner level, you just form a team and go for any beginner level hackathon. Then hackathons have a time constraints. So I will explain each and every part deeply when I go further in slide. This is just a kind of a brief that I am explaining about the hackathons. Time constraints such as like there are 24 hours hackathon, 36 hours hackathon. Sometimes the hackathons takes more than 1 month, 2 months. If I talk about my recent international hackathons, art and AI sci factory hackathon, so it was like of 6 months hackathon where we have to develop a project in a team or individually, whatever the participants like. So they have a different time constraint. Then development and coding, this is the most important part of hackathons, where you develop, you code, communicate with your team members. So this all contains in the development and coding part. And mentor support, so mentor support is very much important. Every hackathons, they contain some mentors that are there to help you. I would say always take help of mentor, because they provide some necessary resources that can help you at the same time. So always take help of mentor support, share your ideas with them, ask them if any feedbacks they have. Then comes demo and presentation. When you are done with your project, you complete everything, then you demo your project to the judges or jury members, and they judge your project, and on the following criterias, you win or you lose. This is what the hackathon, but hackathons are more about winning and losing, that you can learn in the further slides. Then finally the results come. So like when I was taking parts in a lot of hackathon, so these are the platforms that I use. Like from the first, I start the hackathons from MLH, because MLH provide beginner friendly hackathons. So I started from MLH. Then Unstop platform, they provide lots of challenges for you all. Like C4GT, there was a challenge from Government of India. So these are the like challenges that can be Unstop. Provides some of the hackathons in which the companies, they hire you also when you like create projects. Like, these are like company specific hackathons, kind of a app right hackathons, where they will tell you to use their product, make an app from using app right or something. So these kind of hackathons you can find in Hacker Earth. Devfolio also, you can find some beginner to advanced level hackathons. So you can take a screenshot if you want to know where you can find these hackathons. So they are from beginner to advanced level hackathons available in these platforms. So I want you all like to visualize that you are currently in a 24-hour hackathon, and I'm your teammate. I will guide you how to take part in hackathon, how to ideate, how to make use of all the resources that are present in hackathons, how to help take a mentor support, then to make an impactful solution. Everything I will tell you in this part. So just visualize that you are in a hackathon with me. Now, hackathons start with a hackathon theme. So the credit that I give to these, like a kind of this slide is hackathons.com, where I took the total themes. These are the total themes that are generally in hackathons that are taken part. Right now, there are themes of generative AI, Web3, cryptocurrency, blockchain. So these are kind of themes that are right now very much trending. But there is always an open-ended theme in every hackathon, where like you if you want, you cannot go with any of the theme. You can create the project of your choice. So if you are very beginner and you don't want to go with any kind of theme, so you can take a open-ended theme and build a project whatever you like with your teammates. So next, after selecting a theme, now you have a theme. If you are given a problem statement, so you can work on that problem statement. But if not, then you have to first decide what problem that you are targeting, because I have seen a lot of time during the hackathons, the participants, they are in so much hurry that they don't even think about what, like they don't even plan what they want to create in this hackathon. They don't even create a flow of how the things will go. So what happened at the end of the hackathon is, like, they forget some of the main key features of their product that they can develop in those time constraints. So I would say, if you have time, try to give at least 1 hour or 2 hours just to think on that project, like what you want to develop. Discuss it with your team. So, like, identify the problem statement, then form a diverse team. For diverse team, that means is, if you are like a front end person, so you must think like, if you want to create a project that needs a back end connectivity, so you need a back end person also. Then, like, if you want a good UI in your project, then you need a UI UX person. So you, like, each and every hackathon, they have a kind of introduction channel where, or ask for a team channel. They, like, in every hacks, you will see there is a channel where you can introduce yourself. So if you, many of the participants, they ask how to find a good team, because they are not able to find the team member, they leave their team. So this always happens. So what you can do is introduce yourself, introduce your tech stack in that channel, and ask what kind of person with a tech stack you require for your team. So if person is good in that particular tech stack, they will DM you, they will message you to join your team. So this is the best way, because you need to take an initiative if you want to do something impactful. Initiative is really required. So if you form a diverse team, you will see the benefits in the near future, or during the end of the hackathon, you will see that each and every work is completed because you have a diverse team. Then define a goal. So you must be like, your all team members should be having this aim in your mind, that what you have to develop during the hackathon. Because sometimes we go with particular aim, and at last we go astray, and we don't know, like, what actually we need to conclude in this hack. So have a proper aim, like what you want to create. Then encourage collaboration. Communication means have a proper communication between your teammates, because sometimes lots of people, they think that other teammate, they should listen to my only, like, everyone wants to be a leader in their team. But the best quality of a leader is to understand each and every person thought. Look for other ideas, because they might be much more impactful ideas they might be having, that can help your project grow. So always encourage collaboration and have a proper communication between your team. Then mind mapping is like, whenever during the brainstorming, try to map each and everything. Like, target firstly the critical aspect, the main value, the value that is in your project. Try to make a point of them, like how you will conclude, like start with the front end, then this person will do back end. So have a mind mapping, like how will my team will continue in this hack, how we will try to make this project. So this is you have to do. So after the brainstorming, I suppose you have everything in your you have a kind of insights what you will be doing in this hackathon. So after the brainstorming, it comes development and programming. So this is the most important aspect of any hackathon: development, where you will develop your project. And you have a lot of things in your mind when you take part in hackathons. Like, you have thought of a project, kind of let me give you an example of a project. You have thought of creating a machine learning project that have a kind of a model training, as well as there is a UI, user interface, from which that model can be tested. So suppose this is a project. Now this requires a lot of tasks, because you will have a backend, then you will have a user interface. So this have a lot of tasks. So you need to break down these tasks. You have heard of this divide and conquer technique when you do competitive programming. So just break down your bigger task into smaller tasks. Assign your work to everyone. Each and everyone, they should know what actually our team is doing, what our this team member is performing. So now the resources. the resources you have always seen. So these are the resources that like I just saw. These are the sponsors of Hack the Mountain, and I just like took a screenshot and added. So always take use of any kind of resources, any kind of sponsor that they are sponsoring their product. Use them in your project if it is possible, because sometimes it happen in some of the hackathons, when you use their project and when you use the company's products, they might, and you win the hackathon, they might give you internship opportunities also. This had happens in a lot of hackathons. So always try to utilize whatever the APIs, user resources that are available by in-kind sponsors of the hackathons. Just check for it, look for, ask from the organizers if kind of resources that are available that you can use in your project. Sometimes like in MLH hackathons, MongoDB is a sponsor, and you want a backend database. So and MongoDB, they also provide prizes if you make a good project using their resource. So these kind of things always happen in hackathon. Always have a look in the website of that particular hackathon, like what kind of sponsors are there. Are there any in-kind sponsor prizes as well? So check that out. Now next part is develop a minimal viable product. So what does that mean is, minimal viable products is just the core functionality of your project. Like I talked about previously, a project or like machine learning project that have a backend and a user interface. So what can I say, what can be a MVP of this particular project? The MVP can be the model training part. Let's suppose you have you are in a 24-hour hackathon, and you are not able to develop the user interface where that models can be tested, but you have completed the model training part. You are getting the particular output also. So what you can do is, you can tell the judges that you are not able to complete the user interface, but at least the core functionality, that was the model training and a particular correct output, that I am getting. So this is what the MVP that you can tell to other you can tell to judges that in future aspect we will create a user interface that can be tested from it. So this is what MVP. Like if you are not able to complete full project, at least have a core functionality of your projects ready. And this is everything that you have to plan during the brainstorming session. Like you have to keep backup in your mind. Like if you are not able to complete this, at least this part is completed. Target the critical part of your project. Then is testing. When you are done with your project, always try to do testing. Like suppose you are creating a project that requires kind of a school level project, like you want a student login, a teacher login, and a admin login. Suppose this is the project. So judges might be asking you a question whether there will be security or privacy provided to teacher with the student, or the admin to the teacher. So this kind of security question that you can answer in your project if it is required. So always do a testing before showing your final project to the judges, because these questions at last might be asked in your project. So communication and time constant, I have already told you that communication during development and programming is very much necessary, because you need to understand there can be an emergency issue with some of the teammates that they want to leave in between. But if you have a proper communication with other participants, like you are doing this task, always held some kind of regular meetings or at regular intervals, that to discuss like all the team members are at which level. So you need to slow down or fast your process during this hackathon. So always have a proper communication and keep mind the time constant of the hackathons. So this is the, like I would say, the most important thing. Like it's better to have a working prototype with fewer features than an incomplete project, because incomplete project might be a negative point in your further during the results when they are judging you. If you have a very less features too, but they are working, so that is a good thing. So always remember in mind that target some of the features that can be completed at very initial level, so that you can show them to the judges that at least this much part is completed in my project. So mentors, expert support. So during the hackathons, whenever you take part, you will interact with lots and lots of mentors. During my time when I took part in hackathons, so I interacted with mentors that were non-technical, technical, because I took part in lots of international hackathons, like hackathons that were organized by Massachusetts Institute of Technology, MIT Hack, Grand Hacks. So in these hackathons, both technical, non-technical people, they took part. They are like they were kind of a neurological hackathons I took part, where my teammates were doctors. So I I was kind of a technical person only in my team, so we had very less time, and we need to create a kind of a technical plus neurological solution in that. So these kind of things happen. So at that time, we took support of lots of mentors, the mentors with technical background, business background, mentors from the neurological field background. So the mentor support, they help a lot. So when you take help of mentors, it is not required that your project is completely ready, but have a brief in your mind, because mentor might be asking you what actually a project is. So if you have a proper brief, like what you want to do, and you have a proper kind of a like MVP in your mind, that you will create this particular functionality, you will complete this functionality at the end of this hackathon. So mentor will also think that this team is so much eager to create an impactful solution, so they might help you. And sometimes it happens that due to mentor support only, they can help you with lots of feedback in your project. They can help you to improve your project further. So always open to feedbacks with a mentor. Then follow up means like when you take advice from mentor, and you want a follow up, like you want to tell them like, I have implemented your feedbacks, now you have any other questions if you have. So you can just follow up to your mentors. Even mentors will follow up to you, because during this hackathon, I have already said you that it's not only coding, submitting your project. It's like because sometimes the mentors, they are so much resourceful that they might guide you. They might even guide you in your career development, your future aspect, what you are planning. So just think of it not as a hackathon, but as an opportunity to accelerate your career. So I would say always take help from mentors during these hackathons. So next part after the whatever the mentor support that you take, next is the presentation demo. So this must is much more required, because when you submit this project, like in Hack the Mountain, if you submit your project to DevPost or DevFolio, whatever the platform they are targeting, so when you submit it, you need a concise presentation if they are asking, or the kind of a brief of your project, like everything, like what inspired you to make this project, what problem statement you are targeting, any kind of problem that you face during the project. So write each and everything. Always document whatever you are doing in this 24-hour hackathon, because it will help you during the demo, like when the judges, they will ask you some kind of problem that you have faced while when you were, because be truthful to the judges whenever you are explaining each and everything, because they also know that during the 24 hours hackathons, they also know that you haven't slept, you haven't you haven't eaten a lot, but you are totally focused on creating a good project. So they already know this thing. So try to communicate well with the judges. Have a proper presentation in your mind. Always practice this pitch delivery. So pitch delivery is like practice your whatever things that you have made. When you have a documentation ready, just practice it with your other teammate, that you don't miss anything while presenting, because sometimes it happens, we are in a so much hurry, we have created lots of things that we sometimes forget the main functionality to tell to the judges. So this always happens. So have a proper documentation ready. So let me tell you an instance of mine, like when I was in an international hackathon. So during at that time, very less time was remaining, and I need to create an application, a mobile application for diabetic people. So an application that I had to make, but at that time it was not that much time remaining that I can create in a mobile application. So what I thought, let me create a mock-up. So like you can see in the screen, like kind of a mock-up that were created in just 1 hours that I created. So these things are so much required. When you are not able to complete a technical complete technical project, then you can at least show the mock-ups to the judges, so they can understand what you are planning to create. So mock-ups is necessary when you don't have a technical project ready. You can take help of Figma, Canva, anything you can take help of that can create you a website mock-up or an application mock-up. So Next, after the demo presentation, there comes the results. So I would say participating in the hackathons, it's not about winning, losing. You just have to enjoy the process. Starting from deciding a brainstorming session, a theme, forming a diverse team, then creating a minimal viable project, taking a mentor support, then during demo presentation, each and every process is like you need to enjoy. During the offline hackathons, you will see most of the students that I've heard of, they join these hackathons just for the food, like the food, that free food that they're applying, the swags, so lots of things. But I would not recommend to join the hackathon for food and swag. It's about learning, like interacting with lots of developers that you'll get. So there is a lot of community fun when you take part in these hackathons. So during my time in COVID, there were only online hackathons. But recently, I took part in offline hackathon, and I would say it's the best offline hackathon. They're the best opportunity to interact with lots and lots of developers like you. You can understand how they are growing in their community, and like everything is the, like you can say, a kind of a community power during these hackathons. So enjoy the complete process. Don't think of winning or losing in these hacks. So benefits of hackathon. So let's talk about the leadership ability that you can show during the hackathons. Suppose during your when you are in a hackathon, if some of the teammate, they leave your team due to an emergency, so you need to be the team leader of your like sometimes it happened, like some member, they leave it, and whole project was the responsibility of that person, and you need to leave your team, and like something happened in your team. So what you can do is be a team leader. Try to show a leadership ability, like try to talk with each and everyone, communicate with the organizers, ask them that if there is some replacement happening with a teammate, like my teammate can be replaced. If some of the main project, like main functionality that particular team member was developing, so think of it like if it is not possible, then whatever functionality that you can develop, at least that show to the judges. So surely there, like these things come naturally when you are in a hackathon. It's not like you have to just go and say like let me develop my these abilities. So it's not possible when you are sitting in home. You cannot develop these things. When you interact with people, when you go to these hackathons, online, offline, any of this, you will see they all come naturally. So skill development is another benefit of a hackathon. Like in my during my hackathons, I like during the interaction only, I got to know lots of like internship opportunities from my team members only. And like I used to I learned about the back end part, the like kind of like React.js, Node.js, I started learning from the hacks only, because when you took part, any kind of like the field of other team member, they might be working on the back end, so they need a front end person. So they don't force you to learn, but yeah, you can take it as a learning opportunity that you can learn the front end part, and you can partner with the back end person. So these kind of skill development that happens during hackathon. You also learn this time management skill, like how to, like sometimes it happens during the hackathons, in 24 hours you develop a big project that you will not be able to develop in a 2 months or 3 months span. So this is what you will say a power of hackathon, like you will learn this time management skills. Then job opportunities, networking opportunities. Some of during the hackathons, they provide internship opportunities, like you have heard of Flipkart Grid. They provide internship opportunities to winners. So just check out these hackathons from the platforms, like if they are providing any job opportunities that you can apply with, because lots of things that are available in the market, you just have to grab the opportunities. Then who can forget this community fun? I just took a screenshot of the picture from the Hack the Mountain. This, so there is a lot of community fun. Like during the MLH hack also, during offline they have some of the fun competitions that you can take part. So a lot of fun happens during the hackathons, and you will like understand when you take part in any of them. So who can forget the swag? So these are some of the like some of one of the swags that I have attached, like I have received from the MLH hackathon, basically because MLH gives lots of beautiful swags. So like you can see, I have the like just a fun fact, like in total I have 40 plus winning t-shirts still right now with me, and like I don't have to think of buying any new one. I have a lots of t-shirts that I've won during the hackathons, these open source competitions. So when you go for this when you take these opportunities, you will also get a lot of swags as a bonus. So these are just like you can see there is the MLS teachers of each and every year, 2017 to 2023. So you will enjoy a lot. Next part comes is, yeah, this is the like I got like I was into more augmented reality and virtual reality stuff, so I took part in a open challenge program of AR and VR by IIT Bhubaneswar Varco Virtual and Augmented Reality Center of Excellence. So I won this hackathon and I got the internship opportunity at IIT Bhubaneswar for a 6 month project internship under professor of IIT Bhubaneswar. So I developed the project and I got to learn a lot. And like when I was living there, everything was sponsored by IIT Bhubaneswar only. So we'll get lot of opportunities. You just have to search for it and think for it. So these are just like the internship. Like I got a project internship. You can get a product company internship if you take part. So lots of opportunities that are available. Now if I talk about upcoming hackathons, so Hack the Mountains is coming, you know, already you have registered in that. Now if you want to check like in DevPost only, these are some recent screenshot. In DevPost you will find Square, Google AI hackathons, some beginners hackathon. You just have to filter out those hackathons. They have an option to filter out. MLH, mostly MLH hackathons, they are beginner friendly. So if you are a beginner, you can start with the MLH hackathon. Just go to mlh.io page and devpost.com and search for the beginner friendly hackathons and just take part. Don't forget to tag me when you complete your first hackathon. I want to know your experiences, what you what happened when you took part in your first one. Tag me when you complete your Hack the Mountains project. So some of the common questions, like I recently took a session and I asked the questions from participants. So some of the questions were like how to distribute work among teammates, and what if my teammate leaves. So I have already told you, what if your teammate leaves in between the hackathons. So the best part is, like, you should have a time to time meet during the hackathon, like have a meeting with your other teammates, then have a kind of a inspirational or motivational thing, like always motivate your teammate. Never say that you can't do this thing in this hour, I have done this, that. Please don't do that. Always motivate your other candidates and support them. If you are facing any issue, ask organizers, mentors, they're always ready to help you. Network channels, yeah. So in Discord, only the hackathons, if they have any separate communication channel like Slack channel or Discord channel, then look for a networking opportunities, not only with your teammate, network with other teammates as well. So network with teammate, ask them what how they are working in the community, what actually they are learning through the communities. Just learn from other people experiences. So these were some of the common questions that I can further. Also, if you have any question, please ask at the end of the session. So thank you. This was all about the innovation, collaboration, power of hackathons. Thank you so much for taking part in this session. And please post your experiences and a screenshot of any part of the session by tagging me, and you will be entered in a giveaway to win some cool GitHub stickers from my side. And I wish you all the best for any of the future hackathon that you take part. I'm always ready to help you, and you can connect with me by just scanning this code. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you. I'm open for the feedbacks and Q&A if you have any. Aishwarya?
Yeah, it was a very insightful session, Akshita. Thank you so much. Even some of my very common doubts have been answered by you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And if we have
Thank you,
any
Aishwarya.
doubts in the chat, yeah, if we have any doubts in the chat, we can come up with, or we can close the session. Are there any doubts? is on. We have one question: how to get best out of mentor support during the hackathon?
Okay, so like during the like mentor support, I have like told you, like you should have a proper. If you don't have a project ready at that time, you should have a brief of your project, like what you want to create during the hackathon. Just firstly try to tell them what actually the MVP of your project, and just ask for any resources that they can help. And mentor, they are ready to help. They have a lots of resources, because if they are mentor, they must also have taken part in hacks, or they might be like also one thing, like if you have a specific technical doubts, just look for any particular mentor that is great in that technical field. They can help you with the resources that you are like if you are having. Also, when you take a mentorship support, and during the hackathons, when you complete your project, just do a follow up. And after the hackathon also, just have a just tell them like if any feedbacks they are having, and if you have time, you can improve that. So the best part is to take the mentor support, and take the resources if that are available, and make a impactful solution during the hacks.
Okay, we have another question: how does UI of a project affect judgment majorly?
So yeah, UI, it means like some of the hackathons, like they if I talk about MLH hackathons, so sometimes they have a special criteria, like they have a criteria of a best UI UX design project. UI doesn't affect much more in your project. I have already told you, if you have that MVP, the core functionality of your project ready. I gave an example of that machine learning project, like you want to train a model, and if someone wants to test it, you should have a UI interface. Let's suppose hackathon ends and you are not able to have a UI interface, but you have that particular model training. You might be having in your Jupyter notebook or your Google Colab, so you have an output also. You can take a screenshot, you can show the judges that your model training is perfect, you have trained your model, you have a proper output with you. But regarding the UI interface, that you are not able to do it. So UI interfaces, they more like if you are working on the web development field, yes, it's needed, because web development project, they need that particular, you should have a good front end, because you need to be having a kind of interface that even if a non-technical person is there, they might interact with your project. So for the web development, you already know that you have to work on the front end part regarding the Android development projects or mobile application. But if you're working on some kind of back end projects or related to that, so you can, like if you don't have time, at least have that MVP ready with you.
Okay, so this is, I think, the next question: how to choose the
Okay.
best team partner? What to do if my team partner are not supportive?
Okay. Sometimes like it always happen, because when I also take part in hackathons, we hold the first meeting. There are 5 members, and after 3 hours, 6 hours, 2 members leave the team. So this every times happen, and we can't say, because at that situation we might also be the person that we have some emergency in our home and we have to leave that team. So just don't panic at that situation. You are taking the initiative to take part in that hackathon, because you want to develop yourself, you want to learn in this hack. If that person leave that team, or if the team partner is not supportive, ask them, communicate with them, ask them if they want to further take part or not. If you want to go individual, go for it, because at the point you want, like if no one is there, you have mentors to help you with you, any kind of resources. Suppose you are only the front end person, and you had a back end person, and back end person left due to some emergency. So what you can do is, you can just create a front end part of your project and show them that due to this limited time, I don't have that back end knowledge, but at least I have developed my front end aspect of the project. So because at that time, I have already told, the benefits are like the time management that you are getting. At least you have tested your development skills, like you were able to create a front end project during that hack. So this happens every time. We won't complain anything in that process. Ask from the organizers if there is team replacement opportunity after the hackathon start. So if that possible, introduce yourself in your any introduction channel, like ask if any team person is ready of that particular field, and go for it.
Okay. So the next question is it good to ask for help to other participating team if we are stuck somewhere?
Yeah. So when you take part in the beginner friendly hackathon, I have seen a lot of times the teammate, they are mostly supportive because they have also joined those hacks to learn. And if, like, suppose one time it happened when I was in a hackathon, I was in a team and one of my team members left, but I was not having that knowledge of that particular like how to connect with that API. So just I messaged in that ask channel. They had an ask channel, and I asked like how to use that API. And one of the person I even don't know, like they send me a complete documentation and each and everything of that particular like how to connect that APIs and all. So most of the time they are very supportive. If suppose if other team, they are not answering, they are not they are busy in their own project, ask from the mentors, ask from the organizing team, because if the sponsors are there, though they might have introduced their mentors also of that particular company. So just like even if the team members are not supporting, just ask from the mentors and organizing team.
All right, I don't think there are any further questions. So
Nice.
once
Yeah.
again, thank you so much, Akshita, for such a great session.
Thank you so much
And if there are
everyone
no further,
for. Yeah, if you have further query, just like ask me in my Twitter or my LinkedIn. I'll be happy to help you. And yeah, this session is, I think, recorded. Yeah, this session will be there, so you can take if you have any further queries. I have tried to solve all the doubts that I have received till now, because like there are a lot of doubts when you take part in a very beginner hackathon. So if your doubt is not cleared in this session, just ask me in the Twitter. I'll be happy to help you. Thank you so much, and don't forget the giveaway.
don't forget it, guys.
Thank you, Aishwarya, Avinash. Thank you so much for having me here. Thank you.
Thanks to you, Akshita, for such a great session. We are obliged to have you here.
Thank you.
Yeah.